bro. Like fucking, I fuck with Dave East.
Dave
Fuck
East,
with
cool.
Rock Marciano. I don't know if I said that.
Rock Marciano.
Fucking
Dude,
yeah.
honestly, I was actually upset. He was supposed to be at the Dot Fest this year. You know,
Oh, bro, that's what was such a dope lineup.
that was a crazy lineup with him, Evidence, and Dizzy, a
That
bunch
dude
of.
was killing shit right now too, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He has that new song Unlearning. That shit's beautiful. That beat is incredible.
Jeez, man. But yeah, I don't know. Like, are you one of those people that kind of find yourself enjoying more East Coast music compared to West?
Yeah, bro, naturally. That's how it's always been. But I feel it's just because East Coast shit is more lyric based.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know?
I definitely feel you.
As
Like,
opposed to like the party West Coast shit.
yeah, definitely. Like the West Coast is definitely a lot more of like a G funk to me personally. But
Yeah, for sure.
aside from that though, yeah, I love East Coast music a lot more, pretty much. But like let's transition back a little bit. I kind of do want to like touch on like two songs that I really love from the album. And we'll just start
What's
off
that?
with the collaboration between you, Max, and Kiddo with the Crown Jewels.
Yeah.
How was that? How was it creating that, and like what kind of like brought that whole track together?
So that beat, once I heard it, I'm like, okay, I definitely want this one, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
then once I heard it, that first line came to me that don't let the palm trees fool you on the dark street waiting for my Uber. And that's just me, like taking Ubers across town in Los Angeles, like late night, next to some palm trees. So it just set that mood and shit. So I went into it like, all right, this is like a heist. Like we're part of a heist right now, and we're going to the heist. We're gonna steal the crown jewels, and that whole shit's like a metaphor. Like, all right, we're gonna steal the game back type shit. So
Mm-hmm.
off top, I'm like, okay, I need Max on this shit. So fucking Max came to the studio one day, and he came with Kiddo. And originally, I was thinking of having Mezcal on the third verse. And then Max brought it up like, oh, why don't we have Kiddo? I'm like, what, let's run that. Let's see how this sounds. And then, she did her verse, and I was like, fire. And it all fit. And that's what I told her. I'm like, yo, Crown Jewels, it's like a heist, late night type shit. We're dressed in all black on some low key shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the whole vibe going into it, bro.
Shit, man. Yeah, that's definitely one of the songs I put on repeat right there when I was like going through it. You ever listen to like an album for the first time, but you do have to like revert back a couple times. Yeah, I had to do that for that one,
Right,
and
bro.
like I felt like I did it too early, but it was also like, damn, I can't just let this one just like fly through like that. Um, Fuck, man. But I was just about to ask. Oh, the East of the River thing. So, how was your introduction into the East of the River?
So how I first met, so when I first met Mezcal, he's the founder of East of the River. When I first met him, it was like 2013. We were on the same show together, and after the show, I think we like performed right after each other. And after the show, he just came up to me and we just chopped it up. We talked about working and shit. And then one day, like a few months later, I went into a food for less, and this dude had left like his mixtape in the beer section just for someone to find. And I happened to find it, and I was like, yo, I know this dude. So I hit him up, and then like a few days later, I went to his crib and I recorded some shit. And that same first day I went to his crib is when I first met Mad Max. And it was Max's first time right there. So the first three OGs from East of the River are me, Max, and Mezcal. The
Hmm.
first thing with East of the River ever on it was a track with me, Max, and Mezcal. It's called like Flowetry in Motion or some shit like that. You can find it on YouTube. But yeah, that's how it started, bro. And then, we started like throwing shows or whatever. And through throwing shows, like we just met all these other people and shit. And then like I kind of like fell back for a little bit from it. And then like in 2015, like I started pushing it like harder. Like I started like I was more invested in it and shit. And then late last year, like I got out of it and shit.
Hmm. Okay, for sure. And then so like, what was like the whole initiate like for, like finding newer acts such as like Zay and Hollow and like everybody else that's involved in it. How was it like even like piecing everybody together? Like, okay, you can join. Like, I've always kind of wondered how those kind of members would like align. You know what I mean? Like, how
Yeah,
everything falls in place.
I think it all happens fucking randomly, bro. Like randomly. Like the order I believe it was in, it was me, Max, Mescal, then like Killer Tech, and then Hollow was in like some other crew, He was part of some crew called New Generation. We did like the East of the River New Generation cipher. Hollow, that's when Hollow was a New Generation.
Yeah, I've
And then
never seen that one.
was
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm gonna go with these. So he got East of the River, fucking and then I think it was Zay, and then Kiddo came along. I'm not too sure in what order, and then it was Muds and Bio, and it was just like things falling into place, just like slowly working with each other. Fucking it's mostly though because like everybody had a like connection to Mescal, like he orchestrated the whole thing.
All right, cool,
And
man.
like it was just vibes, just vibing.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I've always loved stories like that. You've always like kind of like you always wonder like even with like TDE if you think about it like oh like how did that come about? Oh J Rock is the first one, all right, and then Kendrick, what the fuck? Like you always like to see how things fall into place. You know, I don't know, but so third person, how did that group come together? Like of course you and Max knew each other prior, but so how did Rockham come into play?
Each other. So one of my boys always told me like, yo, bro, like it'd be dope if you and Max like made like a project together, just you two. And I'm like, yo, that would be dope, because like we got dope pen game, we got good chemistry together. So fucking one day we were at this show and Rockham was right there. I had heard about Rockham, but we had never met or anything. And we became cool. He saw me rock, he fucked with my shit, and he's like, yo, bro, like pull up to the crib, like. He lives in the same town as me, probably like 10 blocks down from me. So he's like, pull up. And then he told Max the same thing. So one day Max hits me up. He's like, yo, I'm going to go to Rockham's. Like, you want me to get you? And like, we'll go. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. So we go, bro, and we knock out a track. Like there and then, we knock out this one track. It's called Pyro. It's on third person. That's the first track we did for that. And, we were just making the song. We had no intention of like, oh, we're going to make a whole project. Or we're going to be like a new group. None of that shit, bro. And then we just kept going back to Rockham's crib. And after like 3 or 4 songs, it was like, nah, I think like we should do like a whole project, And then after that, we just started going to the studio even more. Started knocking out songs, And it just started building up. And we're like, all right, what the fuck are we gonna call this shit? Like what are we gonna call the group? What are we gonna call the project? We knew it was gonna come in time and shit. So we just be discussing shit. And I remember Max said some shit like, what did he say? I think I told him something similar to like MF Doom's Special Herbs and Spices, like a name like that. He has Special Herbs and Spices Volume 1. So I'm like, some shit like that. And he's like, he said something like Rare Gems or something, or like Precious Gems or something. And then I was like, yo, what about Rare Stones? Rare Stones Volume 1, So that's how the name came about. And then as far as the fucking group name, like we were just throwing out different shit. And then Max had he had that written down. He's like third person. And then like he kept going on with names and saying other names. But that was like the one that was like, nah, like I think that shit sounds hard. It's 3 of us. Like it just sounds like it sounds like some rap shit. Like third person.
Yeah, exactly. No, for sure. That's why I think that's another thing that drew me to like you guys' music more was because. Obviously looking into Mad Max's shit at the time, and then next thing you know, I started seeing this group called Third Person. I thought that was like a song or like one person. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was, seeing that it was like a group as it was, pretty dope. So much respect for that for sure.
Looking, bro. You actually have a song called Third Person as well, so maybe that's the song.
Possibly. I mean, that's how Slaughterhouse came about. Everybody was on the song and it's called Slaughterhouse, and just named the group afterwards. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, definitely. Fuck, man, I just totally slipped my next question. And it's funny because I have my fucking questions right here in front of me, but I'm just like everywhere with my shit. But now I remember. So when it comes into like performances and such, is there any favorite like memorable moments you would like to share? Whether it's like on stage or on the way to the show, after the show, I'm in it for. I love these tour stories, so that's why I love performances.